Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on Off the Clock Sports. My name is Simeon Russell.
I'm Mike Butler. Drop my water. There we go.
Hey, this is live, so we're not redoing it, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing what we do, how we do it for TV.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happens when you try to be too cool, folks. Try to be too cool. Anyway, Joe Cronin did an interview today, press conference today, talking about Damian Lillard. And he said he's willing to wait months to trade Damian Lillard. I don't believe it.
You think it's a tactic to try to keep Dame there while they try to get some pieces and make him rethink his...
I think it's a tactic to get him to not try to keep him there, but I think it's a tactic to get him to choose more than one team to be traded to.
So get him more so like, all right, I'm more open to more options.
I'm open to more options, right? Because
even though they don't really have to care about his option because he doesn't have a...
They don't.
Yeah.
They
he
don't
doesn't
have to
have
care
a no
about
trade clause.
Right. They're trying to do him right.
Yeah.
They're trying to do him right, but they don't have to care about his options at all.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to care about it. He doesn't have no trade option.
They really don't.
You know what I mean? They're trying to do him right, and I get that. I think that's a good thing in the NBA or any sports. You know what I mean? Try to do your guys right. If you do them right, then free agents want to come play for you. Players want to come play for you. But if you do them dirty, like, yeah, we're going to send you to wherever, Utah, Minnesota, someplace he doesn't want to be, then, other free agents see that and they're like, oh, so if we get in that situation, you're going to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's smart. You know what I mean? I want to let's take a listen to Joe Cronin. That's the GM of the Portland Trailblazers. And hear what he had to say about trading Damian Lillard. All right. And the whole situation. And this is not, the entire interview was, or media press conference or whatever, was like 15 minutes long. Right. So this is just a small portion of it, what most people have taken away from the Joe Cronin press conference. Let's take a listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. What I've really done for the most part, since the trade request is press pause as far as transacting because I wanted to keep some flexibility with the back of our roster. We have some roster spots right now. Certain deals we could be doing would be, 3-for-1 kind of things where we're going to need some roster spots. But with that, you see guys going off the board, right? So we try to keep as much warm as we can with the free agents that we're talking to, but they can only wait so long. So those are the ripple effects of, something like this that does just kind of make you press pause. And we're not alone in that. There's other teams that I think are doing the same thing where it's, okay, let's maintain flexibility here because there could be some fairly big player movement happening. I think what I've learned more than anything is patience is critical. Don't be reactive. Don't jump at things just to seemingly solve a problem. I think the teams that have ended up in the most positive situation post-trade have been the ones that have been really diligent and taken their time and not been impulsive or, the teams that really kept their urgency under control. So I think that's how my approach has been with this and will be with this, is we're going to be patient. We're going to do what's best for our team. And we're going to see, how this lands. And if it takes months, it takes months.
Last one. Joe, do you feel like you did everything that you possibly could to build around Dame? And what is this general message that you have to a fan base that is passionate and upset about the fact that their franchise player wants out?
Mm-hmm. I don't feel that I did everything because I wasn't able to get done what we had hoped to get done. The effort being there, which it was, that's one thing, but actually following through and getting the result is a whole nother. And to that extent, I do feel like I failed Dame, where, our goal was always to build around him and to be as high level as possible, as quickly as possible. And whether even internally, if we thought, well, hey, we're going in the right direction here, we can get there pretty quickly. If he didn't feel that, it was still a failure on my end and just not finding that right deal.
Okay. There's a few things there that I'd like to, jump into. But first and foremost, I can't see, going back to what we were discussing before, it's hard for me to see him waiting months to trade Dame. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why would you want to go into training camp? Well, I guess that is months away. Training camp is begins in September.
Yeah.
Right? But why would you want to wait? I can't see them waiting or going past September.
Yeah, I can't see them going past September. What are they really waiting on? I mean, I guess it could be it really could be a lot of different things they could be trying to wait on. They could be seeing if there's more pieces out there for them to get, because they want King's ransom for him. So I don't know.
I mean,
what team is really going to want to trade with him?
Here's the thing: it's tough right now. I mean, obviously Miami wants. I mean, Dame wants to go to Miami, so Miami wants Dame too.
Oh yeah.
But it's tough because he makes so much money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, by the time his contract ends, he's making $60+ million a year. So now you've got to figure out it's not just trading talent for talent. First of all, you're not getting Dame Lillard talent back. That's not going to happen.
No.
Right? But you got to match the salaries. Okay? So, this season coming up, Dame is going to make $50+ million. I'm not exact with the numbers, but $50+ million. You got to match that.
That's another superstar
salary. So you're talking, if you're the Miami Heat, we'll use the Miami Heat because that's the team that he wants to go to. If you're talking about the Miami Heat, Duncan Robinson is $20+ million per year. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. So now you're down to $30+ million that you got to find.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero, maybe you could throw in there. And I'm not exactly sure how much Tyler Hero makes. And then another guy, and I can look it up real quick to see how much he makes, but you got to make the dollars match. And then not only do you got to make the money match, so in order to make the money match, you're giving up some prime players. Okay? So Miami's giving up some prime players. Now, Portland also, and this is the reason why it's probably going to be a 3 to 4 team trade, because Portland may not want to take back long contracts. I wouldn't. If I'm restarting, I'm rebuilding, why do I want to take on super long contracts?
Don't.
You know what I mean? It wouldn't make any sense to take on those type of contracts. You want to keep your books clean, contracts short, unless you got a bona fide star.
Yep. Then,
of course, you're okay, And some of the things Joe Cronin was saying throughout this interview was that he was looking for, how do I find talent that's going to match Dame's talent? But I said, you're not. So you can forget about that. That's not going to happen, most likely. That's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So I think it's a difficult situation for the Blazers, a difficult situation for Dame. Listen, if Dame really wants to get moved, he's got to open up the teams. He's got to say, okay, I'm willing to go to this team, or this team, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? He can't say, he's got to give him 3 or 4 teams. Because here's what happens. If it's just Miami, now Miami can say, well, he only wants to come here. He's not going to be happy anyplace else. It's going to be an issue. Well, you know what? We're only going to give you this, this, and this. You either take back Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and whoever else in one little measly draft pick. You know, and I'm not saying that's what Miami's doing, but they can lowball him.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's saying, I'm not going to sign with, I'm not going to play for anyone else. I'm not going to be happy with anyone else. I want to be in Miami. You know what I mean? And so it's making it hard to make a move because it's making it, I don't want to say unfair to Portland because it's making it tough for Portland because they want to do what's best for the team. You're not going to be able to do what's best for the team if you're only dealing with one team. And they know, Pat Riley knows Dame only wants to go to Miami. So they're not going to get the best deal for the Portland Trailblazers.
No.
You know what I mean?
Now, I just pull up Tyler Hero's contract. He just got a $130 million extension last year.
So that starts this upcoming season.
Yeah.
How much does
It's $130 million. Looks like it's about $30 million a year.
$30 million a season? How much does he make at 24, 25? 20. What's this going to 23, 24?
So 23, 24 doesn't really break it down.
Let's see. I think I can get a breakdown for you. Because it has to start. I mean, I'm going to think it probably starts in the high 20s. Right? And then, you know, and then goes up from there. Unless he has the type of contract that is descending, which has become kind of popular nowadays. Right? It's become kind of popular, but then here's the thing.
Well, it's $120 million guaranteed, $130 million with
incentives. Okay. So Tyler Hero, $27 million in 23-24, $29 million in 24-25, $31 million in 25-26, $33 million in 26-27. Okay. All right, that's a nice size contract. Duncan Robinson, $18.1 million next season, or this upcoming season, $19.4 in 24-25, and then there's a player option for $19.8 in 25-26. So if you take Tyler Hero, you add Duncan Robinson, what's that? $45 million.
Yeah, you're almost there.
You're almost there. Almost there. That's crazy to think.
You're about $10 million, all 10, 12. I mean, there's a couple of guys on 8th and 9th down the bench that might be able to get
somewhere.
You there.
I mean, you know, Damian Lillard. Oh, no. Hold up. Next season, Damian Lillard is 45.6.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. I mean, that works right there. And then he's 48.7. And then in 25-26, he's 58.5. And then in 26-27, he's 63.2. So 25-26 is when Damian Lillard's extension begins.
Right.
And it begins in 25-26. So he plays out this current contract through 24-25. So you can make that move, $45.6 million. You can trade Tyler Hero and you can trade Duncan Robinson and you can bring back Damian Lillard.
But you know, the Trailblazers, they're going to want some picks too.
They're going to want some picks. No doubt about it. They're going to want picks. But here's the thing. All right, Damian Lillard's contract ends in 26-27. Tyler Hero's contract, I believe, ended in 26-27. If I'm the Portland Trailblazers, am I willing to commit that much money and time to Tyler Hero? And I'm not saying Tyler Hero is a bad player. He's a very good basketball player. But if I'm rebuilding, you know, I'm not going to begin my rebuild with a monster contract. Doesn't make sense.
No.
You know what I mean? Doesn't make sense to rebuild.
I mean, Washington did it.
Washington is dumb.
Washington got rid of one big monster contract and was like, "Hey, let's bring on another one."
Washington they don't make any sense with I guess they did okay with the Bradley. They ended up doing okay with the Bradley Beal trade because they flipped Chris Paul and moved him to Golden State.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then they brought back what's his name
Kuzma.
from
Kuzma.
Well, not. I mean, they brought Kuzma back, but Jordan Poole from Golden State. They brought back Jordan Poole. So, it looks like they have a nice little young roster.
Right.
You know what I mean? Looks like they have a nice little young roster right there. But I'm pretty sure that the Washington Wizards are going to be the same Washington Wizards of old.
Of course they are.
I'm pretty positive of that.
I 100% agree with you on that.
And they're gonna just be mediocre. Maybe they'll make the play in one of these years, or maybe they'll get lucky and get to a 5th seed. But they'll end up giving somebody a whole bunch of money that doesn't deserve it, and they'll be in purgatory until they change the name from the Wizards. They will be in purgatory. All right, say that. Say that. But Tyler Hero, man, I mean, he's on the books until 26, 27. I don't see that Tyler Hero is going to be the type of superstar, that type of a superstar. And when you were listening to Joe Cronin talk, I think he was sending a clear message to Miami when he was saying, we're going to be patient until we find the players that we want to come back. Right. So letting Miami know, no, you don't got the guys we want.
Right. Who you offered so far, nah.
It's not happening. So go out there, search the league, find 2 or 3 other teams, and let's talk turkey then.
Unload those couple of players to that team, and then those players can come to us.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And then you can get Dame.
That's I think, and GMs do it all the time. They send messages through the media.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Send messages through the media. I don't know, man. They got the NBA on hold right now.
Yeah, they got everybody waiting.
Everybody waiting.
Everybody
waiting.
Where is he going?
You know what I'm saying?
He going?
Where is Damian Lillard going to go? Because once Damian, it's going to be, it has the potential to be such a massive trade that there can be 3 and 4 teams involved. And then once that happens, now, because you got free agents that are probably in a holding pattern, waiting to see what happens with Dame Lillard and James Harden, right? Because there's going to be, a few different teams involved. And then after that flushes out, okay, maybe there's a new spot for me. Maybe a team needs my services and I can make more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or maybe this team that I planned to sign, they ended up getting something from this trade, so I'm no longer going to go there. You know what I mean? A lot of things are on hold right now, waiting to see what happens with this Damian Lillard trade. You talk about a blockbuster, it's going to be a blockbuster.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's going to be a blockbuster trade. And of course, Miami, they want to keep Jimmy Butler. They're going to keep Jimmy Butler. They're going to keep Bam Adebayo because Damian Lillard wants to play with Bam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wants to play with Bam. I'm thinking when you look at Kyle Lowry's salary, $29.6 million, he's probably going to go in that trade.
Yeah.
Because he's in the last year of his contract. So that frees up $30 million for Portland right there. That frees up more than half of Damian Lillard's contract. Now, when you look at it, you can trade Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson. And that's more money than what Dame is making.
Right.
But they're going to look at that and say, I don't want no damn Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson.
The Blazers don't want them.
Right.
They'll probably take Robinson, but they don't want Lowry.
Well, I guess the reason why they would want Kyle Lowry is because his salary don't.
Yeah.
Right? So now at 24, 25, that $30 million comes off the books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I deal with Kyle Lowry for a year, or, he may not even want to play here because we're rebuilding and we buy him out of his contract for maybe even a little bit less than 29.6, buy him out of his contract, and then send him on his way.
Yeah,
and you save,
wherever you want.
and maybe you save, 30 plus a little more than $30 million there, or, freed up $30 million, not for this year, but for 24, 25. I mean, there's no talent on Miami. Not that there's no talent on Miami. There's no young talent on Miami that I think they're really going to want, that they're really, really coveting. Tyler Hero's a nice young piece, but I don't know if they're really coveting Tyler Hero. This is why there's going to be, unless they're like, hey, we'll do Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, and 5 draft picks, 5 first-round unprotected draft picks.
Right.
Something like that. You know what I mean? And there's rumors out there that Portland's looking for a bevy of draft picks for Damian Lillard, as they should.
They should. Yeah, I would.
As they should. They're rebuilding. They should be. I mean, look at what Utah got for Rudy Gobert.
Right.
Mad draft picks.
They got a ton. And the Blazers feel like Dame's worth is way higher than
it should be.
Yeah,
It better
everybody
be.
should feel.
It better be way higher than Rudy Gobert.
Definitely need several first-round draft picks.
Yeah, unprotected draft
picks.
Unprotected draft picks. Listen, just I want my Knicks to get involved. Of course, it's always going to come around to my Knicks. I want my Knicks to get involved. I don't really want Dame Lillard back.
With the Knicks?
Yeah, I don't want them to try to get involved to trade for Damian Lillard. Not that I love Damian Lillard. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, and I actually think he'd be great in New York. I just don't think that when he gets to that year where he's making that $60 million, I don't want to be caught up in that, because I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to put a team around him to win a championship.
No, not at that. Some people had to take a serious hit.
Yeah, I mean, knowing the Knicks' salary situation right now, I don't see it.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I don't see it. But there's going to be some pieces that fall, and maybe the Knicks are there to catch it.
Yeah, they might be. I
maybe
mean,
the Knicks
they
are
might be
catch it.
part of the third or fourth team in there. Kind of sneak in a couple of people here and there, and
because
grab some good draft picks.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Evan Fournier's contract, he makes $19 million this season. There's a team option next season for Evan Fournier, so he's an expiring contract.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, he's an expiring contract. That could be, you find a way. Portland finds a way to bring back Kyle Lowry, bring back Evan Fournier. It may not sound great for Damian. Oh my God, that's who you got. You got Kyle Lowry and Evan Fournier for Damian Lillard. May not sound great,
Right.
but next year they would free up all of that money to try to rebuild their team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, they try to bring back a whole bunch of draft picks. Try to bring back 5-6 draft picks for Damian Lillard, and then maybe they still can net a young player somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, they may not. The fans will be mad. They'll be mad, no doubt about it. The fans will be mad, but you got to understand the situation. Teams knowing that Damian Lillard wants to be traded, teams aren't going to be giving up much, especially now that they know he just wants to go to Miami. They're not giving up much.
No.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, you might not take back a long, you may not bring back a good young player. You might not. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll definitely see.
But I do believe they need to get this done before training camp. You don't want to go into training camp. You got young guys over there, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp. You don't want to go into training camp with this looming over your head. You want these guys to go into camp free of it all and ready to hoop.
Well, Scoot, I guess, is out right now with a shoulder injury. So that could be another reason why they trying to wait out some stuff. And,
Yeah, I mean, but listen, it's summer league. He probably got a little twinge, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a little ache. They say, You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You ain't playing no more.
you
You're done. We don't need you to play. We don't need you to perform
shut
for
them down
summer
for the
league.
summer.
Yeah, we don't need you to perform for summer league.
Go take some ice baths.
You know what I'm saying? So, we shutting it down right here.
Mm-hmm.
They're not taking any chances on it. What do you think about, the reporter asked Joe if he thinks he failed or how well he did, in building around Dame. And he said, for the most part, he said, if Damian Lillard wasn't happy with the direction of the team or with the talent on the team or whatever, then, I failed Damian Lillard. How do you feel about that? You think, do you agree?
I guess yes and no on that one because he couldn't get the players around Dame to win a championship or get close to one, really.
Yeah. Sure.
But it's really not his fault because of the market they're in. Nobody's really clamoring to get to Portland.
Right.
Nobody's doing a Dame saying, I want to go to Miami. No one's saying, I want to go to Portland.
Right.
So it's like, I believe he tried. I believe he was probably trying his best to get people out there, but no one's going out to Portland. Portland, they pretty much get their players out of the draft or they get players that they're able to, realistically trade for here and there.
Right.
You don't hear a ton about them in the trade rumors throughout the season before the trade deadline and during the off season. Basically because no one's trying to get out there.
Because and I think that's one of the big reasons they wanted to keep Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Right? He's a draw.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he's worth money.
Ticket sales are going in the toilet.
Oh. Right.
Ticket sales are going. If they were selling tickets for $100 a game because Dame was there, those tickets are going for like $15 now.
Yeah, they probably wasn't even selling for $100 a game.
Yeah.
Even with Dame, down,
down low, yeah,
down low. But
I'm just giving the example. The tickets aren't going to be close to what they are.
No.
So if you're in Portland and you want to get some tickets to the game this season,
this is the time to do it. This is the time. This is
it.
the time to lock down your season's tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
season
saying?
tickets might be $100 for the whole season.
This is the time to lock down your season's tickets. I might travel to Portland just to watch a Knicks game.
Right.
Because I know it's going to be cheap. It's going to be cheap.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be cheap.
But that's the reason why I'm sure they wanted to keep Damian Lillard because he kept their franchise relevant.
Oh, yeah.
To the league. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He kept them relevant. But, it was time. If they would have went into the season, well, they still haven't traded him. But if they would have decided we're still going to build around Dame and went into this season, it would have been a crime, in my opinion, against Dame and Dame against them because Dame, for all along, has been saying, I want to stay. Even though, it's been past time for Damian Lillard to get up out of there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy part. They signed Jeremy Grant to a $160 million contract. First of all, I don't think he's worth $40 million a year.
No.
I don't think he's that type of player. Sorry. $140 million contract, and then Dame decides that he wants out.
Yeah.
They can't take, I don't know if they probably already signed the contract. I guess there was a point in time after there's like a moratorium period, right, where, you might have a commitment and then you can back out of that commitment. You can. It's happened, right? But it's not a good look. And it would have been a terrible look by Portland to now say, oh, no, Dame is gone. We're not paying you $140, right?
We'll pay you $80.
Right. We're backing up out of this. That would have been a bad look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they kind of had to stick with the agreement that they made with him.
So do you think what are your feelings about when Dame said sign some true bona fide veterans so we could win a championship, and Portland went and picked their pick in number 3, I believe, in the draft?
Mm-hmm.
Scoot Henderson?
I mean, you had to. You heard what Joe said. You know, he couldn't find. There wasn't a deal out there that was going to get him back a player that had the potential of Scoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to go get Scoot. You
Yeah.
had to. And you had to realize that, well, the consequences may be that Dame wants out, but I got to go get Scoot. And that's what they did. Now, I would have sat down with Dame and said, look, we're drafting Scoot, right? We're drafting Scoot, and let me know if you want out before July 1st. Because if you want to stay, we'll try this thing again. But if not, I'm not signing Jeremy Grant for 4 years, 160.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have known before I went into July 1st what Dame was doing.
Yeah.
I would have been like, let's sit down. We need to talk. We need to figure this out right now. Because, you know, I don't want to sign any deals with the intent of keeping you, and then it turns out you don't like who we got and you want to leave.
Kind of what just happened.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we would have had that conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We would have had that conversation big time. You know, I get it. You know, Joe Cronin seems like a really nice guy, and he wants to respect Dame and his career and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do what's best for the Portland Trailblazers. That's your job.
Yeah, still a business.
It's a business. You got to do what's best for Portland, and I would have had that conversation with Dame. Because I think you could have had that conversation. And now, here's the thing. Dame might have been like, well, I want to see what happens. I want to see who you sign. Then that's how I'm going to make my decision. But I would have been like, nah, bro, we can't do that. We need to know what you're doing. Because that's going to determine how we move in free agency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now they're stuck with Jeremy Grant with got to pay this man $40 million a year. You know,
was that a 4-year contract?
4-year contract. You know, that's on them. That's on them.
Yeah,
that's on them. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a crazy situation. With Damian Lillard, you know, I see some fans, you know, saying stuff like, "Oh, you know, you was saying all this stuff about being loyal and blah, 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 blah. Now you want out, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Where were they going?
I don't. It's only fans saying that. Pretty much every person that
basketball
has
analyst, aficionado, and all of that. Yeah,
they understand why he did it.
Right.
He wants a championship.
Yeah.
He's not getting one in Portland.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, fans, you know, a lot of fans, especially Portland fans, you know, Dame kind of had them like feel like believing that he was like, I'm not the type of player who's going to chase a championship. I'm trying to rock out right here. I'm loyal to this city. I'm loyal to this team. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think he kind of had, that's how they felt about Dame, you know, and some of them, I guess, feel betrayed a little bit.
But he said that stuff on top of saying, bring me some help.
He did.
So that was a message really to ownership, management. Get some players. I'll stay all day, every day.
Right.
Bring some people in here so I can win the championship. I'm tired of doing it by myself.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, you know, they got close. Well, they got to the Western Conference Finals a few years back, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. If Damian Lillard, I would really like to keep him out of the East Coast. Stay out west. I don't want the Knicks to have to deal with this dude.
Right.
But it looks like they're gonna have to deal with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
He hasn't mentioned about. It doesn't look like anybody from the West is is messing with him right now. You know,
Utah has the ability to get Dame. They've got the draft picks.
Yeah. Dame don't want to go there.
He don't. I doubt he want.
That's another small
from Portland,
market.
to Utah.
Yeah. It's like I might as well just stay in Portland.
I mean, listen, Dame is he's a Northwest guy though. He's from Seattle, right? Or is he from Oakland? Is he from Seattle or Oakland? For some reason, I thought he was from Seattle. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I guess we'll have to look it up. But
yeah.
No, I think he's from California. I know everybody out here looking like, oh, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. Whatever. If you know, put it in the chat.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't judge us because we don't know every person and where they're from and all that stuff. Don't judge. Let me see. Where is Dame Lillard from? Oakland. I knew he's from Oakland. See? I was right. He's from Oakland. Told y'all. He's from Oakland. You know what I mean? But so, I mean.
And he's a rapper.
But Oakland is like Northwest too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the northern part of California. That's like Northwest. So he's used to living out in the Northwest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Utah is different.
You know? Utah's different. No doubt about that. Utah's a little bit different.
Get really bored out there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like being in Wyoming.
Right.
Even though you got 46 acres of land in Wyoming, you still might be bored.
You'll be super bored.
And even though you got all that land for $2,000, you still might be bored. You know what I mean?
Man.
But we'll see what happens with the Dame situation, man. And then once the shoe drops with Dame, I think you'll see something happen with James Harden as well. And then there'll be more things happening with throughout the rest of the league.
Yeah.
Right now, things are kind of on hold. Summer League is going on. I'm pretty sure people in Las Vegas, talking and negotiating and trying to make some things move, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that's it, man. I don't know if you got anything else.
Just wanted to say, it looks like the Blazers are probably going to beat the Hornets in the Summer League game right now. 11 seconds left in the fourth, and they're up 94-90. So
Nice accomplishment.
yeah, they go up 2-1 for the Summer League, and
Better than my Knicks.
Hornets will go 0-3. So
Better than my Knicks. My Knicks are 0-2. They look terrible in the Summer League. You know, so they're looking better than my Knicks right now. They should, They should.
Yeah. And that's without Scoot.
That's without Scoop.
So
Yeah, so we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. Anything pop off, we'll let you know. Appreciate your time. And, yeah, we about to get up out of here. Because
peace.
we were off the clock. And guess what? We're now off the clock again, ladies and gentlemen. Time for us to, as soon as I can get there we go.